Vega-Gluch from Phoenix Cake Company, and I'm going to show you how to make a floral fondant bow. You start out with some fondant, depending on what color you want. I use a pre-bought fondant. It's a little bit easier. You can use marshmallow fondant. Typically, if you're going to do these, you want to do it a couple days ahead of time to make sure they're nice and dry. So I rolled out some fondant. You want to roll a little bit on the thicker side. You can also use a ruler once your fondant's rolled out to cut strips. Depending on your thickness, you can freehand it. I just kind of freehanded this one. These, depending on the loops, I do about approximately 7 to 8 inches in length. You're gonna, once it's cut out, you're gonna flip it over. A little bit of water on one end. Press it down. Pinch it together. So once you have your loops, you want to just set these aside. Typically for this size of a bow, you want to make approximately anywhere from 18 to 22 loops. They take a lot of loops, plus you want to make extras for breakage because you know you're going to have some that are going to break. So once you make these, you set them aside. I tend to do the bigger ones towards the outside and then the smaller ones as you go in. So once the loops are made, you want to get the same color. Everybody does this differently. I think this is a little bit quicker way to do it. Plus it blends in. The color blends in a little bit nicer. The same color fondant that you're using for your loops, you're going to nuke a little bit of your fondant. You want to get it nice and soft. Be careful because this gets very hot when it comes out of the microwave. And you only microwave it for maybe 5 seconds, maybe even 3 seconds. Just kind of check it. You don't want to nuke this too long because it will melt. So just keep an eye on it. So once it's softened, maybe 5 to 10 seconds, you're going to take this out. You know, use a spatula if you need to so you don't burn your fingers. And you're going to put the blob of fondant on a board. And basically what you're doing is just you're building up your loops all the way around. So I just started this one. This one's a finished one. Once it's all put together, it's a lot easier if you have a steamer. Gets rid of all your powdered sugar marks. Be very, very careful with this because it's extremely hot, as you can see. And this steam gets rid of all the powdered sugar marks, but it also gives it a nice shine, which is very pretty. At this point, when you have it all shiny like this is a good point to sprinkle on some edible glitter. That way, you know it's going to stick. That one's actually a gold glitter. This one's a copper one. Copper and gold glitter on chocolate fondant looks awesome. Also, when you're doing like a beach scene with sand, the gold and the copper glitter is really pretty. It gives it a nice shimmer. So once this is steamed, you've got your glitter on it. This is where you add your flowers. This is royal icing. And you want to use the same colored royal icing as you are with your fondant loops. These flowers I pre-made ahead of time. They were just fondant cutout flowers. I roll fondant out, use a cookie cutter, and then I dried them with a little curve to it. And you're basically just going to place these on here and there. I'll put the big flowers on first. And then these little flowers, these are little royal icing flowers. I'll just put those on kind of in between it. Another nice little sparkle that you can add to your flowers. I put a little bit of royal icing in there. And then this is a nice hot pink disco glitter. That's what these are. They're more of a disco glitter. Stick your finger in there and then you just dab that royal icing down. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up or not, but it gives it a really nice shimmer, some bling to it. You're going to keep putting your flowers on here and there. Like I said, you always want to make a few extras just for breakage. just in case you want to be prepared. Just keep putting those on. And when you have all your flowers on, you want to let this dry. You want to let that royal icing set so the flowers don't come off. You know, maybe an hour, a couple hours. And then whenever you're ready to put this on the cake, you just get your spatula and you can lift the whole bow off and just set it right on the top of your cake. So there you go. There's a beautiful floral fondant topper. I'm Christy Vega-Gluch from Phoenix Cake Company. Please visit our website for more inspirational cakes, ideas, tips, and tricks. Thanks for watching.